Um, is this working? Hello? Speaking. I'm speaking right now. Okay, cool. What's up, everyone? I'm the Kashi no Kami from the Toku Animation News Network here at a quick, well, not quick, but an impromptu, unscheduled live stream Q&A, because I was like, you know what? I feel like doing a Q&A since I haven't done one for a while. So first off, this Q&A is brought to you by Life Wants You Dead. When is life getting you down? You're having a hard time? Just remember, life wants to beat you, so you need to beat it. I have no idea what this book is about, but Kurelika picked it up because it sounded cool. Also, today's sponsor is Stan Young with Shangyi Long. It's a storybook about an ancient dragon who's awakened, and these researchers, or I'm not sure if this was on purpose or an accident, or researcher has accidentally freed like a dragon and 6 ancient spirits, which it has actually some pretty cool artwork in here for like the little spirits. And these really aren't sponsors. I just felt like making a little joke out of that. But yeah, check these out. I don't know where to buy this. This you can get on Amazon. But anyway, in the meantime, it is almost Halloween already. Holy crap, it is almost Halloween. Wow. This month has flown by. It doesn't feel like it's Halloween time. There's been a lot of stuff that has happened this month. And yeah, a lot of crap that has kind of taken away from the fun of this year's Halloween. But I hope you are all doing good. Let's see. I have Anthony Sarkis. Hello. Chris. Welcome. Yes, we saw Frankenstein last night. It was really good. Not my favorite adaptation, but the monster himself is probably the best on-screen adaptation of the monster. No, it doesn't have. No, Chris, it doesn't actually have sponsors. I just always do that as a joke. It would be cool to get paid and have sponsors because that'd be kind of nice. But I don't even know how to even do that. I just know I randomly get like junk emails for spam on YouTube saying, "Hey, you can buy this product," and it's like, and then you can talk about it, and we will give you points for it. And I'm like, but I don't care about beauty products. I will eventually get back to season 4, Denny, or well, Ninja Turtles. I just won't be doing anything Ninja Turtles until next year. And the next review is going to be the European vacation season, and then I'll decide if I want to continue reviewing Ninja Turtles or not after that. The Ninja Turtle reviews are doing okay. So it comes down, do I really want to put all that work into the reviews if they're not getting views? So we'll see. My dad, last I knew, is doing fine. But it has been, that was Monday when we left Buffalo to come back home. So I'm not sure how things might be going at this point. I know that when we left, they were waiting for a bed to open up on a regular floor so they could take him out of the ICU. Hello, Nick Cooper. Any new Toku releases for Blu-ray for next year? Well, let's see. Discotheque did show Kamen Rider Stronger, so they'll be doing that. I'm sure we'll have another Metal Heroes series or 2 next year. It is really dry today, which is weird for Florida. let's see. That's as far as I know. The only Toku review release, though, announced for sure is Kamen Rider Stronger. Oh, and Media Blasters did announce that they hold the rights to some of the Garo movies. They've got Red Requiem, The Wailing Dragon, the new Taiga movie, which they're premiering, I guess, this weekend at a convention. The oh my god, the Garo, the Raiga Koga Taiga movie, which name is escaping me right now, which is weird because I have the review coming out on Halloween for it. Oh my god! Oh, Moonbow, Under the Moonbow, duh, Under the Moonbow. So they're going to be doing those movies in probably a box set. So we know that that's coming out next year. When are you going to do your Kamen Rider Amazon review? It will be soon. I was originally planning to release it this month, but stuff with my dad happened, so I haven't even written the script yet. I also do have coming out this week a review for Makai Tales. That will probably be Monday because I have a Godzilla comic for Tuesday. And then Halloween is Under the Moonbow. But I'm not doing any video editing this week. I've decided that I need a short break. So this week, since I'm done with my Halloween review editing, outside of my Godzilla comic, and maybe some unboxing videos or quickie reviews I need to do, I am not doing any editing this week. I am taking a break and enjoying The Thing remastered on PS5. Let's see.
I've been watching Down to Down.
I watched Mandy for the first time yesterday. I still remember the bathroom scene you put in your Skyrider review. And then let's see. I'm just wondering, or I just wonder what you review Kamen Rider other stuff as 55th anniversary. Right now, next year, my plan is to knock out Den-O and Decade.
So he just sees these random scenes of Down to Down.
I can't. Can you close your door a bit?
No. I'll close the door now.
But I'm planning to do Den-O and Decade next year to finish off the Heisei Phase 1 era. And I'll probably end up doing some re-releases of Kamen Rider reviews. Stronger will definitely get a re-release because of the Discotheque Blu-ray coming out. So I will do some re-releases with the updated openings next year. Let's see. But yeah, Den-O and Decade would be the new ones for sure. Chris's comment just disappeared. This year is the 40th anniversary of Zeta Gundam, 30th for Wing, and 10th for Iron-Blooded Orphans. Iron-Blooded Orphans was 10 years ago? Holy crap. It feels a lot longer than that, or a lot shorter than that. 2015 was IBO? Wow. I guess that makes sense because we've had Witch of the Mercury and then G-Quox. Hope next year we'll get a release of Kikaider 01. Oh, Kikaider 01 comes out next month. They already have it up for pre-order. I have that on my Christmas list, so I haven't bothered to pre-order it. Dragon Ziran, hey man, how's it going? It's going good for the most part. Don't know if you saw, but there was stuff that happened with my dad, so We had to drop 1,000 to go to Buffalo. Wish I was going to Ranger Stop this year. I'm looking forward to Ranger Stop, but I can't get a hold of anybody from that convention to find out, do they do press badges? Do they do fan panels? Because I'd love to do some panels, but I think at this point it's probably too late anyway to do panels. So I think we're just going to we have to buy the badges, which we need to do this weekend. Same with Holiday Matsuri. I missed the deadline for the panels by like a day. And I emailed them to see, and they never responded. So we're not doing panels for that. But they have the actress who plays Ed in Cowboy Bebop. So I definitely need to go to get that autographed. Because she's the last English voice actor I need on there for the main cast. Except, I guess, Sid's voice. But he's not really a main cast member. Recently, I finished a rewatch of Jetman. Still as awesome and ever. And I've been watching Hurricane Journey. I just started. Nice, Nick Cooper. I enjoy Jetman more and more with each viewing. The 70s and 80s was a great era for horror movies. Cronenberg, Craven, Carpenter. Do you agree? I do agree. I also feel like the way horror movies were filmed in the 80s made them stand out. Like there's just something about the graininess of the 70s horror films, the way they were done. Like I feel like Friday the 13th should have never left the 80s because none of the movies after Manhattan are even remotely good, and Manhattan's not even that good. But I feel like all the movies after the 80s for Friday the 13th just don't have the same feel as others. They feel too clean, I guess is the best way to put it. I just love the grittiness of 80s film prints of how the horror movies were shot back then. But I will say, I mean, the 70s had great horror movies. The 30s had great horror movies. And the last decade has had some really great horror movies. But there is just a way that the 80s movies are filmed that makes them special. Even if they're not all great. Some of them are absolutely dreadful. Let's see. 6 more days till Halloween. What's up, Scorn? Oh, and that was 94 Evangelion that posted that about the 70s and 80s horror movies. So hello to you too. Do you think Gojuger's second half has been so much better than the first half? I mean, episodes 29, 30, and 31 were definitely a significant improvement over the ones that came before it. But we haven't watched anything since. We originally were planning to catch up last weekend and do a live stream last weekend. Obviously, we ended up flying out to Buffalo, so that didn't happen. But so the 3 episodes we watched last batch were really, really good. We'll see what happens when we catch up finally. How come you stopped doing reviews in front of your figure shelves? Because the studio is no longer in there. And so there were a couple problems with filming in front of the figure shelves. One, there was an echo from the audio and the glass cases. I don't know if you actually hear it because usually the music that I have playing kind of drowns out the echo sound, but there was an echo sound despite having a what you call it? Oh my god, what do they call? I can't think of the name of him, but it took out some of the echo of the sound, but still not enough. Also, the lighting was a pain because I had the reflections in the glasses. And third, I couldn't do anything in the figure room with all the equipment from the studio in there. So I needed it to go. And now I have my own little closet that I have the green screen up against, and I have those, why can't I think of the name of them? For the audio, I have tape against the wall and up on the ceiling. It's a nice little closet that I record everything now. It's so much easier. So much easier. And my figure room has changed now. Because with the move, I got rid of the DTOFs and I have new things called Brotars. Is what Brotars? Yeah, Brotars. But yeah, there were a lot of logistical reasons to not record in front of the figures. Technically, if I had been able to, I probably would have been filming in front of a green screen the entire time since day one. Let's see. What was the biggest problem about Skyrider? I want to say Gangan G, but actually the biggest problem was the tonal change and how the last several episodes contradicted the beginning, the rest of the series. That I would say is even an even bigger issue than Gangan G. Although I hate Gangan G. Do you feel the 90s and 2000s are a weak era for horror cinema? Yes. There are some movies then that I do like. I do like In the Mouth of Madness from John Carpenter, which the 4K is coming out this week from Arrow Video. Can't wait for that. I like Village of the Damned from Carpenter, Vampires from Carpenter, Scream, of course, the Scream trilogy, especially the first one. But the 90s is not exactly great for horror films. Something just got weird in the 90s with the way they were done. 2000s were pretty. 2000s was when the torture porn era took over. And I loved the first 3 Saw movies. The first is hands down the best, but then they went on forever. 2000s did have Silent Hill that I love a lot. I know people for some reason hate that movie, but I loved the first Silent Hill. I thought as a fan of the game, that was the perfect way to adapt a video game to movie while making changes so that it's not just one-to-one. What else did I love from the 2000s? Well, Army of Darkness, comedy horror from the 90s. And Bram Stoker's Dracula was from the 90s. That was incredible. But 2000s definitely were the weak point of American horror films. Like Japan, they gave us the Ju-On series in the 2000 end of 90s or 2000, I forget. That was like the standout of the 2000s for me. But recently we've gotten great horror movies again, so it's all good. Nick Cooper says Iron Blooded Orphans was their first Gundam series. Ecliptor or Dark Honda? Who do you like more? I like Dark Honda. I love the cunning of Dark Honda. I love the fact that he had multiple lives. I like that he went out taking down Dark Spectre. Like Ecliptor was cool, but Dark Honda for me was the more badass villain, which is why it was kind of weird that Guile was practically a nobody in Mega Ranger. Speaking of Wing, Duo was supposed to be the protagonist, but they settled for Hero instead. And since Hero is not your typical protagonist, they decided to focus on Duo and others. I do like how Wing had multiple protagonists. I don't know if I'd necessarily say Hero was the main character, but I will say Troa got the short end of the stick as far as characterization is concerned. But then again, Wing was just a mess as a whole. You had to read other sources to actually get half the characters for Wing. Is Decade still bad? Last time I watched it, it was. Zets I've been loving so far. Zets has been really good. I heard they might be selling Ranger Stop. I don't know what that. Do you mean like the convention selling to another convention? If you had to eat any Mikey's pizzas from the 87 cartoon, what would they be? Abere Fibia. Amphibious. Abere amphibious. Fibia. Abere amphibia. I, for some reason, never tried to pronounce that. But I don't really remember Mikey's pizzas, and that's probably a good thing. Probably a good thing. Because, yeah, I'm more of a classic cheese and pepperoni and mushroom type person on my pizza. Sometimes I don't mind trying an experimentation. Like, there was one pizza place went to that was interesting because the pizza had cranberries, cinnamon sugar, or cinnamon. What is the cat doing? What else did they have on there? But it ended up being a really good pizza. You never thought it would be good, but it ended up being good. And then it was ended up being a limited thing only, and they never brought it back. So that was lame. But I'm mostly a traditional pepperoni mushroom fan. '94 Evangelion on Gundam Wing. I watched it. It's not the worst Gundam show. It's not the best. It's mid. Issues I have a hard time figuring out who is the central antagonist. Is it Treize? Is it Oz? Is it White Fang? Yes. Yes, yes, and yes. Yeah, it's not the worst Gundam show, but I will say it does have a killer soundtrack. If it wasn't for the soundtrack, I don't think that show would be truly watchable. And then, but Wing tried to be like every Gundam series before it merged into one, and it didn't work. Like out of nowhere, Relina has this like school where she's teaching people. Troa is not dead. He's part of the circus, and so many plot holes. So many plot holes. Zex just randomly goes Char counterattack on everyone just for the sake of it. Denny, you still do a discussion of Gojuger and Zets right now, or do you need a break? We will when we catch up on Gojuger. We will do a live stream discussion. Hopefully next weekend. I'm hoping next weekend, once Halloween craziness is over with, we will catch up on Gojuger and do a live stream on Sunday. Don't know if that will actually happen, but I'm going to try. Zets, we've been trying to do those with Silver Quill. It didn't happen this week because of the stuff of my dad. So we'll probably do a Zets one in a week and a half after episode. What was it? 6 was this past week. 5, 6, 7, 8. So today would be 8 next, or 7 next week's 8. So we'll probably do it the Wednesday after 8 has come out. Or Silver Quill is joining us for Ranger Stop. So maybe we'll just do a live stream on everything of Zets at that time when he's here of episodes 5 to wherever we're at. That we might do that too. Let's see. Which Super Sentai team from the 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s has the most strongest and weakest teams? 70s, I would say Go Ranger had the strongest. Jacka was the weakest. I mean, there's only a few series to choose from. 80s, Flashman was the strongest. Weakest team would probably be Go 5. 90s, the strongest team. 90s. What would the strongest team be? Probably
No, it gets even better.
the strongest team would probably be Go-Go 5 because of their family bond. The weakest team would be
Was suing, I can't remember for how much, but nonetheless, he was suing, and attorneys looked at the date of when he bought the pup, which was 74
probably the Jew Rangers because of their clashing personalities.
74 days
I don't know.
prior. Well, how did
2000s,
that
the strongest team in the 2000s
nice?
would be. Well, 2010 is the strongest team is the Go-Kaijers because they use everybody's abilities before then. The weakest team of the 2010s would be Ryu Soldier. Not because they're my least favorite series, but because they're quite limited in what they can do. 2000s. Strongest team, Deca Ranger, because they have unlimited forces essentially to help them out across the universe. The weakest team would probably be the Ghost Sagers, just because they're such novices, essentially. Oh, Ghost Sagers. Yeah, I'll go with Ghost Sagers. All right, Anthony Serkis. I'll actually take any of the new line Cinema Friday films over Takes Manhattan and Part 5 any day. I will not. I think Jason Goes to Hell is the worst Friday the 13th movie ever made and one of the worst horror movies ever made. Manhattan, for me, Manhattan is saved because of the death scene with the boxer. And I do like the stuff in Manhattan, Toronto, or wherever. Where was it filmed? Vancouver? I think it was Vancouver. I do like that aspect of New York City, especially when Jason goes and kicks the punks record boombox, and he shows them his face, and they all just freak out like, "No, it's cool, man." Oops. Let's and the only saving grace for X is the Frozen thing. For 5, I give it a lot of credit for trying something new. I like the concept of Roy. I just wish they had actually done more with it. Had actually given screen time to Roy to make that ending make sense. And it does have some pretty cool death scenes in 5. Let me go up. Another wing fact. Duo and Troy had their Gundams reversed. I just lost the place. Where'd it go? Yeah, here we go. Death Scythe for Troa and Heavy Arms for Duo. It fits with Troa being an infiltrator and Duo being the gung-ho guy. I think, though, Death Scythe actually fits better for Duo, being that he's the priest character because he grew up in a church. So it makes sense that he would be Death. Have you watched the previous episode of Ultraman Omega? Not since the clip show. And I guess there's another clip show next week. So we have what, 2 episodes 14, 15 to watch, and then a clip show. But Omega's not on my priority list right now. I still haven't received ARC from Alliance Entertainment. Who knows? Maybe ARC's in this thing. Guess we'll find out shortly. I'll unbox that in, what time is it? It's 12:30. I'll unbox that at like 12:40. Let's see. Are you interested in checking out Italian horror films from Brava or Argento? I've seen a few Argento films. I've seen Suspiria, which I thought it was good, but not anywhere near the level people like. I have made it seem like to me. I did enjoy the first Demons. Didn't care for Demons 2. And we watched Cemetery House by the Cemetery, which I thought was complete crap.
Yeah, I don't know if he's like.
The hard part I have with some of these films, well, I don't know what language I'm supposed to be watching them in because they're obviously Italian movies, but the Italian voices sometimes seem dubbed over because it doesn't seem to match the voice coming out of the actor, but the English voice doesn't look accurate either because they're like out of sync. So I don't know what language I should be watching these in. I do want to see the one that has Donald Pleasance in it. I think it's Donald Pleasance in it. And I do want to see the Bloodstained Butterfly. I don't know if those are from either of those two specifically, but those are the ones I want to see. Okay, let's see. Ren is still around. He was running around over here in
Oh, I figured.
from the balcony to the bedroom, and then he went back to the balcony.
I'm just left out now.
Zeta fact: the series ending was supposed to be less bleak, but since Double Zeta got greenlit, they made it bleak, and Zeta was all the better for it. What are your thoughts on Relina? Because she is a contentious character with a lot of detractors, and I will say she is not the worst female Gundam character. That belongs to Nina in 0083. I would say the Kajilia, I think, from Victory Gundam is worse than Relina and Nina. But Nina, I can totally get the hate behind her. Relina, I hate too. I really think Hiro should have killed Relina back in episode 5, 6, whatever it was. Whatever that episode was when he was at the school. He really should have just killed her then. Would have saved the show a lot of headache. Favorite episodes of Sky Rider and Super 1. I don't even remember at this point Sky Rider's favorite episode, but Super 1 is the Halloween costume party episode. That one just sticks in my mind. Kamen Rider 64. Howdy, partner! Are you going to talk about Metroid Prime 4 when it comes out? I might. I don't know yet. I will probably put it on my Christmas list, though, because it comes out around in December. Favorite Halloween candy? I don't really have a favorite Halloween candy specifically. I don't really know what would be considered Halloween candy beyond the candy corn, and I don't hate it, but I don't like it. Do you think Discotech would put Sky Rider and Super 1 on Blu-ray in 2026? If they do, it would probably have to be SD Blu-rays, not standard Blu-rays, because they have not had Blu-ray releases in Japan yet. I don't know if they would, though, because I'm sure Toei is planning to give them standard on Blu-ray releases in Japan, so they would probably wait until those are done. But given they have released everything else, they might do it for completionist sake. I'm not sure. I at this point would rather see Discotech go ahead and start tackling Heisei series, Agito, Blade, Hibiki. That would be nice. Especially. Oh, okay. So, real quick, on that note, Shout Factory. There are a lot of false rumors going around about Shout Factory. So, Shout Factory was bought by another company and was merging with a company called FilmRise. They're becoming a new company next year, and something with an R. I forget what the name is. So there's all these sales going on their website, clearing out stock, And people are saying, making these lies up, saying, "Oh, it's Shout's factory is getting rid of physical media. They're shutting down. They're going out of business." That's not true. They have merged with another company. They're not stopping physical media, at least for the next year. They have an entire 2026 slate of Hong Kong films and other stuff out. However, the reason they're selling off a lot of their stock for cheap is because their warehouse they currently have the stock housed in is being shut down because they're relocating. It's easier and cheaper to sell off your stock at your warehouse for cheap than it is to move it. Hell, I mean, moving cross country from Colorado to Florida, I sold off a bunch of figures because it was a nightmare to move everything. It cost us $3,000 for the frickin' truck, and it was a broken ass down truck. No front brakes. The dashboard didn't work on practically anything. You couldn't. It was a mess, but they aren't going out of business. And somebody was like posting, well, they sent this email out about their Physical Forever club is shutting down. It says in the actual email, the Physical Media Forever Club is being replaced. More details coming soon or something like that. It's like it says it right there. It's being replaced, not that it's going away permanently. So don't believe any rumors or anything that pops up. If someone says Shout Factory is going out of business, they're leaving the physical media space, or any of that stuff. Yes, there are changes going on. They're becoming a new company, but that just happened to Mill Creek. Mill Creek is now Alliance Entertainment because they merged with Alliance. All right, but that's what I wanted to say there. All right, favorite form. Oh wait, hold on. Do you think Darkonda is more memorable than Grail? Yes, but it could also be that I knew Darkonda before Grail, so that could be why. And obviously, he had a longer presence in the show. He was the main reason that he was the one who brought Astronema to Dark Spectre. Favorite form of the Great Leader from Kamen Rider. Favorite form. Like what do you mean by forms? Like for how each ending boss was for each series in original V3, Stronger, and Skyrider. I don't know. I don't know if I really have a favorite. He was kind of just like there. I guess the dragon form is the most memorable form of him from Sky Rider, right? Yeah. Do you think In Space was probably the most safest Power Ranger series of all time? Safest? I'd say In Space was the most ambitious of Power Rangers. Also, I've been watching the OG Macross. It's been great. It holds up. I totally agree. 94 Eva. What is your least favorite driver in all of Kamen Rider? Are we just going with the 2000s onward? Probably the Ghost driver. Probably Ghost. Or Saber's book. I don't know. You could really shelve the Saber driver. I did kind of like the eyeball concept of Ghost, but that thing was just way too bulky. Let's see. What is your most hated morpher in all of Sentai? Jackas. Those giant ass capsules that took forever was the worst. I mean, it counts, right? It should count. It better count. But if you mean actual physical devices they carried around, hmm.
But yeah, you'll have to tell me how the chainsaw movie is and Good Fortune.
I don't know. Probably the cubes from Juoger. Let's go with the cubes for the moment. Let's see. Also on Macross, are we finally fully free of the club? Nope. Harmony Gold owns Macross now for another 30 years.
Oh, Jesus.
Do you think Goodell was one of the problem? No. I don't think he was a problem at all in Mega Ranger. You're going to be going to Ranger Step Orlando. That's awesome. I'm going there as well. I'm cosplaying as Gal Silver and Lupin Red. Nice. Make sure I get you in my recordings for my compilation video for both costumes. Since I'm not doing panels, I'm going to have a lot of free time. Although Ranger Stop is like Power Morphicon in limited hours. But yeah, I'm excited to meet you then. Definitely come up and say hi. And as I said, I want to get your costumes in my video recordings. Thoughts on Tales from the Crypt with Thoughts on Tales from the Crypt's film with Peter Cushing. It's from the studio Amicus, which was a rival studio to Hammer.
Okay, yeah.
Was Peter Cushing in the Tales from the Crypt movie?
I liked it.
You're talking about the black and white British one? I don't remember Peter Cushing being in that. I thought it was fine. Not my favorite movie, but fine.
I said pizza accident.
On the Macross franchise in terms of entries is more consistent than the Gundam franchise or less. It's less consistent with how many shows there are because there's only like 5 main Macross shows and a couple OVAs and movies, but it's far less consistent. If you had an idea for adapting the previous past Sentais to Power Rangers, what would be your ideas? I'm not sure. I don't really.
Oh, damn it.
I don't really see a point in adapting more Sentai shows to Power Rangers. I think we need to move past that and start doing Power Rangers as its own thing and not dinosaur themed. Do you like me think the Disney Plus Goosebumps show is terrible? I never made it past, I think, episode 2 or 3 of the first season. I couldn't stand it. It was horrid. Will your dad be all right or not in the future? Well, it's hard to say at this point. His Parkinson's is really bad. He does have some signs of dementia. We'll see. I don't think it is what it is. That's really the best I could say about it. Hellraiser versus Candyman. Well, I mean, the Hellraiser creatures look way cooler than Candyman, so Hellraiser. I have heard of Mirror Man, Fireman, and Jumborg, Ace, and Redman, but I have not seen them. Which movie do you watch for fun for Halloween? A lot of movies. We I mean, we watch horror movies all the time. So Halloween is just the time we kind of go crazy. Like I rewatched as many Halloween film of the actual Halloween films as we can. We've watched, what have we watched this year? We've done, well, Halloween 1 to 4. We're not going to have time for the others except 2018 that I want to watch. We've watched House on a Haunted Hill, which is really good if you ignore the all the plot holes. Oh, we didn't get to watch Mask of the Red Death. Oh well. We watched Alien. We watched The Thing. We watched The Fog. Obviously, we saw the new Frankenstein from Del Toro. We saw the Bone Lake. What else have we watched? We watched Curse of Frankenstein because I got the brand new 6-disc box set from Hammer. I imported. We watched the Nightmare on Elm Street series because I got the. Let's see if you can actually see it from when I twist this up. If you can see it over there. I got the Nightmare on Elm Street set, Steelbook set, and Curse of Frankenstein is above it. Let's see. I watched The Evil Frankenstein. We've watched a bunch of Garo movies and series. We have watched. Well, I watched Tales from the Crypt seasons 4 to 7. What else did we watch? What am I missing? Oh my God! Why can I not think of what else we have watched? Oh, we watched Kronos from Del Toro. Poltergeist 1 and 2. I think The Conjuring 4 was this month. Or was that last month? That might have been last month, actually. As I said earlier, this month has been foobarred, all in multiple directions for multiple reasons. Like I wanted to rewatch the It movies. We didn't get the chance to do that. I wanted to watch the 2020 Invisible Man again. Didn't get the chance to do that. Let's see. We're planning to watch Late Night with the Devil this weekend. Probably Monster Squad. We watched the Invasion of the Body Snatchers movies. All those. If you guys have not seen my video on that, check it out. I had a lot of fun making that, and I think only like 90 people watched it. So check that video out. There was something else we watched that is escaping my brain right now. We did rewatch the Friday the 13th series. Well, the first 8. Like I said, I don't care about the rest. The rest are whatever. And I'm just drawing a blank here. There is something else. Oh, well, it doesn't matter. But, so those are just things that we watched to enjoy Halloween time. I hope that was what you were asking after I went through that long spiel. Ryu Soldier and Dino Fury are just so bad in general. Honestly, I actually liked Dino Fury. I didn't think it was that bad. I thought it was kind of predictable, but I liked Dino Fury overall. In terms of quality consistency, which 80s slasher franchise is most consistent? I would say Halloween. Halloween is more consistent. What are your thoughts on the Conjuring universe? Not a fan. I like Conjuring 2. I enjoyed Conjuring 1. And that's about it. Have you ever thought of playing the Fatal Frame games? I've played Fatal Frame 1, which was on the Xbox. I liked it a lot. Was going to play Fatal Frame 2, and then it just got lost in the shuffle. And I did pick up earlier this year the 2 PS4 games, which were, I think, games 4 and 5. That might have been it. 4 and 5, I think. And I'm looking forward to the remake of 2. I did also get Silent Hill F. I just haven't had the chance to play it yet. I actually haven't touched any video games since we moved from Colorado. My last video games was the Tomb Raider trilogy. And I have the Tomb Raider 4 to 6 remastered now. I have Silent Hill F, like I said, Metal Gear Solid 3 Delta. I still need to play The Last of Us Part 2. I've got to play Mario Odyssey, Breath of the Wild, and Tears of the Kingdom. The Thing remaster, which I'm planning to do this week. What else? Oh, Clock Tower remastered. Fear Effect is coming soon from Limited Run. My Castlevania set got delayed till next year. Same with the Soul Reaver set. And oh well. There's a few others. All right. What are your thoughts on the? Already did that. Already did Fatal Frame. Least and favorite and least Garo seasons and movies. Least favorite is hands down Versus Road. Versus Road is a crock of shit. Movie Biku. The incest plot. Ugh. Nope. No. Just no. Oh, awful. Series wise, Goldstorm show is my favorite. And my favorite movie, I think, is Goldstorm or possibly Under the Moonbow.
Yeah, he's doing a live stream.
Possibly Under the Moonbow. Let's see. But I have not seen, actually, the only live action, I'm stressing, not anime, the only live action Garo thing I have not seen at this point now is the Jenga TV show. I've seen everything else for Garo except Jenga. Obviously, I have to review. I haven't reviewed everything because I still need to review the Jabi Reika movie, which that and the Jenga series were originally planned to be reviewed this year, but I don't think I need to say it. So next year I will do Jenga, unless I just decide to do it randomly sooner rather than later, because that might happen as well. But Zero, Black Blood, and Dragon Blood will be next year for October, and the Jabi Reika movie, unless somebody ends up releasing them before then. It's just kind of funny that Media Blasters announced Under the Moonbow right after I had already worked on the review. So I was like, well, I'm going to add into the credits, licensed by Media Blasters, but I'm still releasing it. I will just do a Blu-ray set next year when this set comes out outside of the Taiga movie. And then, but yeah, I think I've seen everything Garo outside of that. Because I have Makai Tales coming out on Monday, hopefully. Under the Moonbow on Friday. Yeah, Friday. I don't know what time on Friday, or if I don't even know if I'm going to do a premiere. I might just release it, depending what we decide to do Friday. And I never got to do my video on Universal's Horror Nights. that I was kind of disappointed with. Anyway, I say anyway a lot apparently. So, and anyway, I say a lot. I need to stop that. Moving on. Back to your question, like I said, Versus Road is the worst season. Biku's the worst movie, although not the worst thing I've ever seen from Garo. Goldstorm Show is definitely my favorite series. And then a toss up between Goldstorm and Under the Moon, both for movies. Or Wailing Dragon. Now I have to think. I don't know if you're a wrestling fan, but how do you feel about AEW? John Beal, I am not. I was a wrestling fan growing up as a kid, and then it just lost my interest, and I haven't really gone back to paying attention. Like, if someone has it on and I'm over their house, cool, whatever, but I don't go out of my way to care about wrestling. I highly recommend Black Sabbath. Oh, I have seen Black Sabbath, but I only saw that one in the dubbed edited version. But I did see Black Sabbath. I did like that one. Which do you prefer, Jason X, Hellraiser Bloodlines, or I've only seen one Leprechaun movie, In the Hood. That's the only Leprechaun movie I've seen. I would say Jason X. I don't remember Hellraiser Bloodline very much. What slasher would you want to see in space? None. I think the space thing has been overdone. Although I would say if anyone were to work in space, it would be Nightmare on Elm Street, because he would invade the dreams of astronauts. That's the only one that I truly feel would make sense in space. I would love for Discotheque to do Go Lion Mark. Oh, hell yes. Are you going to do a DVD Blu-ray collection video maybe for Christmas Eve? Probably not, just because we're like set up with our stuff here in the new apartment, but I'm not fully satisfied with the way everything is set up. So probably not. But you never know. Is candy corn still the most disgusting candy ever created in this universe? Nah, I don't think it was ever the most disgusting, and still isn't the most disgusting. I guess the question is, though, what would I consider the most disgusting? Red licorice. I love black licorice. I don't like red licorice. But I don't know if I'd say it's the worst candy ever made, though. It can be tolerable. What is the candy I had that I just... Oh my god. Oh my god. What is the name of that candy bar? I can't think of it now. But there is a candy bar I had once, and I was like, oh, this is gross. It had... Was it sesame seeds in it? I don't remember, but it was awful. I want to say it was... I don't like the taste of sesame seeds for the most part as is. And Fritos. I think Fritos are freaking gross as hell. Wonder if they will do a Gold Ranger 50 years after. It would be kind of interesting if they did, but I don't see that happening. Now, I don't know that when you were a fan of wrestling for a while, but why did you stop watching it? Part of it was it just became more talk than wrestling. So it started getting... I got sick of wasting an hour, 2 hours from Monday Night Raw when it became like 70% of the entire program was just talk, 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 and not enough wrestling. And I actually the last time I watched wrestling willingly was when Undertaker came back as the biker. For me, that is like when I was like, you know what, wrestling is no longer for me. But I loved it in the 90s. Some of my favorite wrestlers were The Ultimate Warrior, Tatanka, British Bulldog, Undertaker, Legion of Doom. I liked when they would do these weird storylines with like Undertaker and Kane and Ultimate Warrior and Papa Shango when they did like those interesting storylines. But then I just got bored of it. Razor Ramon was another of my favorites growing up. All right. What Kamen Rider show would you want to be released on Blu-ray next? For me, I want O's, Kabuto, and Gaim. Blade, Agito, and Double. But I funny enough though, based on New York Comic Con, I could see Build being the next Kamen Rider. Now this is kind of a dumb question. Were you a fan of modern talking? Modern talking? I don't know what modern talking is. Do you play Marvel Rivals? I do not. Next, Kabuto and Bokunger turn 30. I hear that Kabuto's getting an anniversary movie, which actually would give me a reason to re-release the Kabuto review with the new openings and closings, like I did with Go-Kaiger. What discotheque would you like to see them release in the future? I want more of the ADV films, more Cutie Honey, Keko Kamen, Devil Hunter. I want Go Line and Dairugar and Tekkaman Blade from Discotheque. And then I want them to license rescue the Garo anime series since Crunchyroll hasn't put them out of print. And I want, obviously, more Kamen Rider, Metal Heroes. I guess the Garo TV shows, since Media Blasters has the movies. Silent Mobius. I would love for Discotheque to license rescue Silent Mobius. The series, not the movies. What do you think is the best Sentai crossover? I would say the 199 Heroes Go-Kaiger movie. What were your thoughts on the Go-Kaiger 10th anniversary special? Did you watch my review with it? I thought it was pretty fun. It was cool to see the Go-Kaigers. The post-credit scene was hilarious. If they do Go-Kaiger 20 years after, they should bring back Bosco in the post-Go-Kaiger Evil Ranger forms. If they do anything else with Go-Kaiger, I just don't want Silver to be a part of it. Yeah, I don't remember Peter Cushing being in that Tales from the Crypt movie. That's the funny thing. I don't remember him in there, but I haven't watched that movie in over a decade, so maybe I need to watch it again. I also like with Peter Cushing in it, Dr. Terror's House of Horrors. That's a pretty good anthology movie as well. I wish I had not gotten rid of that, but I think it came on 4K. So I probably should pick up the 4K of it. Have you watched Macross 7? I heard its divisive entry is as bad as people say. Macross 7, I have watched it. It's not a bad show, but it's very, very repetitious because it is essentially the same episode over and over and over. However, I do think it's worth at least a one-time watch. It's weird though because they have it has the designs from Do You Remember Love, not the designs of the characters from the original series, but people swear up and down that it's not in the same universe as Do You Remember Love. It is in the same universe as the original. And I'm like, what? But their designs are the Do You Remember Love designs. So it should be in the Do You Remember Love universe. So it's the whole debate that apparently, no, it's not. It is in the standard universe. And like, okay. Favorite classic movie monster of all time? Emotep. Emotep. Well, actually, it's probably technically Dracula. I just love the whole concept of Dracula. Or the Gill Man. The Gill Man's pretty cool. Oh, I also read there's a new Creature from the Black Lagoon comic that came out. It wasn't bad. Having dementia sucks. It's bad enough that Bruce Willis has it. Yep. Do you ever get a chance to watch all the Hammer Dracula films? I've watched a bunch of them. What have I seen? I've seen Horror of Dracula, which I don't think is that great, but is the best of them. I've seen 1972 AD. I saw. It was a 4-movie set. Horror, 72 AD, and whatever the other 2 that were in that set were. I'm not actually that big on the Hammer Dracula movies. I don't really like what I've seen of them. And Horror of Dracula is one of my. It's not the worst adaptation of Dracula ever, but it is one of my least favorite. I'd say the worst adaptation of Dracula is the. What was that? Frank Langella? Was that the one who was in it? I think that's the worst adaptation of Dracula. That movie is awful. Just awful. King Oger, I would adapt to be like King Arthur's situation, where you have to be a former ranger or be related to the Rangers, become one. Okay, actually, yeah, King Oger, I could totally see being adapted into Power Rangers. Yeah, that one could work. I could actually come up with some ideas for that. Yeah, that I'm assuming you mean that Nightmare on Elm Street set. It definitely did go out of print real quick. Toku Fanime X. Favorite Ultraman Kaiju. I also haven't gotten around to watching Kaku Ranger yet, but will at some point. And again, I hope I like it as much as you did. I hope so too. Let me know though, either way, when you do watch it. Favorite Ultraman Kaiju. Well, King Joe's not really a kaiju, so I don't count. Oh, Griza. Griza is my favorite Ultraman kaiju because Griza is freaking incredible. Theater of Blood. I'll probably end up checking that out at some point. Have you heard of High School Heroes? I don't know. Favorite 2000 era remake I like is the Friday the 13th remake. I do give it credit because actually that was my first Friday the 13th film. Watching that got me wanting to watch the others. So I do have a special place for that movie. I don't think it's very good. It's sometimes boring to watch, but I do like that one quite a lot. When I mean consistency, I meant quality consistency in the Macross franchise overall, more quality consistent than Gundam. Is there a Macross entry as bad as Gundam Seed Destiny or Gundam Age? Yes. I want to say it's Delta. Delta is I mean, Macross only has like 5 main series. So you also have to look at it that way. Gundam has like 20 main series. But Macross Delta is about an idol group of girls who can go Super Saiyan. It Oh. Yes, I think that's worse than Gundam Seed Destiny. Actually, for me, Gundam Seed Destiny isn't even the worst Gundam show. Oh, yeah, Gundam Age. I, for some reason, missed that. Gundam Age. I would rather watch Gundam Age again than sit through another episode of Macross Delta. That is Delta, right? With the Super Saiyan Idol girls. Or is that Frontier? No, I think that's Delta. Oh, God. Delta was awful. If you saw a road sign that said, "Welcome to Silent Hill," would you turn around and head home? I don't know. Depends. Oh, I missed one. Depends what type of mood I'm in. Also depends if my memory is a bit foggy or not. Boom, boom. I missed one. Have you seen Peter Bogdanovich Targets? I have not. I think I just heard about something about that movie recently. Where is Krillica? She is currently gaming in the bedroom with Silver Quill and Chrysalige Bloodborne. Well, Makai no Hana was before Goldstorm. Makai no Hana is worth watching. It's not the greatest Garo series, but it is good enough to watch. Goldstorm, though, is just incredible. No, I have not watched Dragon Ball Daima, so I don't have no thoughts on it. Well, my only thought on Daima is what's the point? Cheap cash in, rehashing a plot from GT. I forgot to do my unboxing. And I've lost a lot of. Shoot. I forgot to do the unboxing at 12:40. So, I have this box from Alliance Entertainment. Oh my god, it's after 1 o'clock? Holy crap. All right, let's do this and then I'll get back to the comments. Actually, let's first see. Yeah, Kim T. To a hello, how's it going? It's going as good as can be. Do you think Sentai footage from the 90s and 2000s for Power Rangers were too raw looking? No, maybe. Have you seen or heard of Armorsaurus? We have. Someone brought that up in the chat for when we were doing Zets. I saw a few clips and I'm just like, why? I am not sitting through a 45-minute episode. But anyway, all right, let's open this up. All right. Ooh, padding. Receipt. There. Oh my god. It's the Blu-ray version, not the 4K, but it is the Pearl X and Maxine trilogy.
Oh, wow. That's a long time from passing to really long.
It's too bad it's not 4K, but all right. So there's the front, one spine, back spine, other spine. Oh, so it comes out. Interesting packaging. Oh, it's in a box.
Yeah.
So it's a box with a box in a plastic cover. All right. So it's a slip box. What do we got here? All right. So this opens up. Can't tell if it's. And then the other side. This is pretty cool. Sad it's not 4K, but oh well. I'll take it. So let's see. Contents. Makeup time lapse. X Factor, Farmer's Daughter, trailer, commentary. For Pearl, coming out of her shell, the creation of Pearl, time after time, trailer. Maxine, the belly of the beast. XXX marks the spot. Hollywood is a killer. QA with Ty West. Deep dive with composer Tyler Bates. Trailer 1, trailer 2, commentary. So those are what's on this set. Let's see, a little bit smudges on that disc. Smudges on that disc. So looks like there's smudges. But yeah, that's kind of cool. And what is this? It's a book.
No, you're fine. Actually, I thought it was so that's why.
Did I just break the binding? No. Let's see. Can I?